Mediterra, the 1,700-acre gated community in North Naples, encompasses 31 small-scale neighborhoods. One of them, Monterosso, has an asset that most of the others do not, namely a small triangularly shaped park at the very center of the neighborhood and adjoining the pool complex. Designed with meandering pathways and abundant foliage, the park had become overgrown and uninviting. Some residents were not even aware of the pathways. Then, on the afternoon of September 10, 2017, the Category 4, 135-mile-per-hour winds of Hurricane Irma, with its eye passing just east of Mediterra, slammed with full force into the community, downing or badly damaging hundreds and hundreds of trees, blocking roadways, damaging roofs, and interrupting utilities and communications for several days. Our Monterosso neighborhood was not spared. The morning after the hurricane passed, palm fronds and branches of other trees covered Monterosso Lane. Downed trees even blocked our entry road. Several trees in and around the pool area were toppled, one of them on the pool house itself. Two others crushed portions of fences surrounding the pool. Our small park sustained some of the worst damage. Several of the large palm, orchid, and shade trees were either completely destroyed or badly damaged. The entire eastern portion of the park, which had borne the brunt of the winds, was now open to the sky. As we assessed the condition of the park in the hurricane's aftermath, Monterosso's Landscape Committee and its Homeowners Association Board recognized a unique opportunity. Why not redesign the park and transform it into a welcoming, much more open and inviting venue, with expanded grassy areas, added and far more colorful landscape plantings, benches, and lighted pathways and landscape features during evening hours. And why not anchor the park with a large fountain, one that could be clearly visible when approaching the park from any direction? But transforming the park was not the only major project undertaken following the hurricane. Many roofs had been damaged significantly, and the Monterosso board had successfully obtained sufficient insurance funds to completely re-roof the entire neighborhood, a noisy, disruptive, and very hectic 6-month endeavor. Landscape architect Darrell Capel's redesign plan for the park was approved by the Mediterra Community Association, and work began on the transformation. Various trees were relocated in the park, and to the extent possible, existing plants were set aside for replanting, either in the park itself or elsewhere in Monterosso.
Why are you excited about this garden?
It's just going to be an improvement for the whole neighborhood. It's going to be a great thing. It's an amenity that everyone can use.
It's going to add value also to the homes.
For sure. I think you made comment just how much larger this park area seems once we got rid of so much vegetation in here. So for people to be able to walk through here and use it, daytime, nighttime, you know, the fountain is really going to make a huge difference here.
The fountain's water source was found 3 feet underground, but only after removing a thick concrete slab. Workmen dug several long 18-inch deep trenches throughout the park so that water lines and electric conduit could be buried deeply enough to be undisturbed by future landscape activities. whole sections of damaged and root-impacted pathway pavers were removed and repaired or replaced. A central site visible from every direction was leveled for the fountain. With the park now cleared and the pathways and fountain site readied, Darrell's workers began to plant. New trees included several hibiscus, gardenia, and Christmas palms, and numbered among the colorful plants were bromeliad, blue and purple clerodendron, various croton and bougainvillea varieties, and Panama rose. After interviewing several fountain contractors, we selected Driftwood Garden Services in Naples to procure and install our fountain, and a round, 8-foot in diameter concrete pad was poured to accommodate the fountain. Meanwhile, electricians set to work electrifying the park with 25 pathway, landscape, and fountain lights. After deciding on the optimum size and then considering nearly 70 fountains, we chose the Pavasa, a 3-tiered, 1¼ ton stone fountain made by Mazzarelli. It required a boom lift and the 7-man installation team from Driftwood Garden Center just to maneuver the 8-foot diameter basin into place on the pad. Then the additional tiers of the carnelian mountain-colored fountain were added and carefully leveled to ensure that the streams of water would cascade uniformly from tier to tier. Finally, the 7-foot fountain was in place, and the water was spilling properly. That left just the placement of stones surrounding the fountain, 2 large faux rocks covering fountain operational equipment, some low ground cover, and the planting of several colorful bromeliads to complete the transformation of the park. Four 5-foot-long, classically carved stone benches, called Verona by Mazzarelli, and in the same carnelian mountain color as the fountain, were positioned in various locations throughout the park. While the park is attractive and inviting during the day, its impact on what had been a large, dark space in the middle of our coach-lighted neighborhood at night is even more striking. 12 lights illuminate the pathways, 10 highlight landscape features, and 3 focus attention on the fountain. Sounds of rippling water are accentuated by the stillness of the night. A ride up one of the roofing company's telescopic boom lifts to 4.5 stories above the park provides a unique perspective on Darrell Capel's design. two beliefs guided the Landscape Committee and the Homeowners Association Board when considering a transformation of the park following Hurricane Irma's destruction. First, that a welcoming, attractively designed park would add measurably to residents' enjoyment and invite greater use. And second, that a striking park at the center of the neighborhood would enhance Monterosso's overall attractiveness to buyers considering coach home communities, either within Mediterra itself or elsewhere, and in turn add value to each of our homes. We believe history will prove that both turned out to be correct. Here at Monterosso, in beautiful Mediterra.